You said yes again, and you're not even sure you wanted to. But there was that moment, that split second, where you felt the other person's expectation, and your whole system moved toward it before you even had a chance to think. And now you're overcommitted, or exhausted, or quietly resentful. And somewhere underneath all of it, a small voice asking, why can't I just say no? Here's what people-pleasing actually is. It's not kindness. It's not being a good person. It's not even about the other person, really. It's a fear response, dressed up as generosity. At some point in your life, saying no felt dangerous. Maybe it caused conflict. Maybe it meant disappointment. And disappointment felt like rejection. Maybe love in your home was conditional, quiet and steady when you complied, withdrawn when you didn't. So your nervous system learned something. Keep people happy and you stay safe. Make yourself useful and you stay loved. Shrink the parts of you that create friction, and everything will be okay. And it worked. For a while, in the environment it was designed for. But you're not in that environment anymore. And the strategy is still running. In your workplace, in your friendships, in your closest relationships, quietly overriding what you actually want, in favor of what keeps the peace. And here's what that costs you over time. It costs you your own opinion. Because when you spend years making your preferences small, you start to lose track of what they actually are. It costs you your relationships. Because people don't really know you. They know the version of you that's always agreeable, always available, always fine, and it costs you yourself. The quiet erosion of a person who stopped taking up space so gradually she barely noticed it happening. This isn't who you are. This is what you learned to do to feel safe. And the fact that you're aware of it now, that you can name it, that something in you is reading these words and nodding, that awareness is not nothing, that's actually where it starts. So what does changing it look like? It doesn't start with a dramatic confrontation. It doesn't start with suddenly saying no to everything. It starts with the pause, before you answer, before you agree, before your body automatically moves toward the other person's need, just a breath. Long enough to ask, what do I actually want here? You might not know at first. That's okay. You've been overriding that question for a long time, but the more you ask it, the clearer the answer gets. And then you practice. Small no's first, low stakes, safe people. You let yourself have a preference about where to eat. You say you need a day before you commit. You let a request sit unanswered long enough to actually feel into it. Because what you're doing isn't just learning to say no. You're teaching yourself that your needs are safe to have, that having them won't destroy the relationship, that the people who matter can handle the real you, not just the agreeable one. And some people won't like it. That's worth saying honestly. Some people have benefited from your yes, and they will notice when it changes. That discomfort is not a sign you're doing it wrong. It's a sign you're doing it right. You are allowed to have needs. You are allowed to disappoint people occasionally. You are allowed to take up space in your own life. That's not selfishness. That's just being a person, and you deserve to be one. If this landed somewhere real for you, I'd love to hear what came up. What's the hardest place for you to say no? Share it below if you're comfortable. You're probably not the only one. And if this is the kind of content that speaks to you, you're welcome here. Subscribe if you'd like to keep going. There's more.